The Sentinel artifact is somewhere in the tunnels below you. The amulet should help you find it, if you can determine how it works.
Well, I've got a magic amulet and a shitload of bullets. What could possibly go wrong?
Guys, welcome to... Guys, welcome to Better Bachelor. My name is Joker with a Face Radio and a voice for print. Well, there's new studies, new surveys that are out, and apparently men are continuing to walk away from not just dating, because that would be inaccurate. Men are walking away from even sleeping with them anymore. There's a lot more guys that are actually just checking out for dating. Well, and men. And when we talked about this before, they pretty much, they talked about, well, 63% of men are dating 35% of women. And then when we say, well, it must be because all the women are dating the same men. Turns out, at least in Institute for Family Study, they did a study, and they have a chart here that I'll talk about. That just came out a couple days ago. They have a chart, and they said, well, we actually asked men how many partners they're having, and the average of men having more partners than they have 10, 12 years ago hasn't changed. So it seems like guys are actually just walking away, and the younger women are actually now, well, they're probably dating older guys, or engaged with older guys, because the young men, at least, are kind of saying, we've had enough. Before we get too far into this, today's sponsor is me. If you would, either jump over and want to buy me a beer and keep my thing that is kind of ironic. The stories are written by women, which I'm not over giving a support. So one of the things that makes this so hard to find and talk about men's issues and men dating and everything else is either A, they blame men, the stories are very negative, or something that's kind of ironic, the stories are written by women, which, how are you going to try to pretend that you're talking about men's issues when you're a woman and don't know anything about them? I mean, the most you can do is look at statistics, but that's not the actual opinion of a man that's maybe having some of this problem. But again, guys are not really in media much anymore because of patriarchy or whatever. I'm not going to read down through these, but here's my point. From February of 2017, this was written by Kristen Weir. Wired from the Good Men Project, Why Are Men Walking Away? This is from January 21st, 8 days ago, written by a Maria Min. And what's ironic in these stories is we scroll down here to the bottom, and she says, oh, the trend of men walking away, it's complex, it's influenced by some society and emotion and personal factors. How do we address this? And what's the first thing she says? Promoting open dialogue where masculinity is inclusive and they can share perspectives and teaching men the vulnerability and the strength and redefining what it... No, none of that works. That's a woman's way of fixing things. That's not how men fix things. This is how a woman would like to fix a man. That's not how you actually fix a man. And this for Society for Peace. This came out just a month or two ago. Men checking out a society, a growing trend. This was written by an AI bot. The photos are AI, because you can tell, because every father and kid basically looks the same. The photos are AI, and if you know anything about AI, all you have to do is read the summary. Conclusion. Men checking out a society is a complex issue with multifaceted roots. Addressing trends. Okay, it's AI. Well, here's the actual study. And that's why I'm going to go right to the numbers here. But I do want to vent a little bit. And that's why it's so hard for a lot of times me or other content creators that are trying to find some numbers to share with you guys why it's almost impossible. Because anything that puts a woman in a negative light or anything that might promote real masculinity and strong men and stoic men, they will just not. They won't print it. They won't publish it. And that's from basically all countries. This portion here said is basically a discussion about men that have been with a woman, but haven't been with one in the last year. For men, back in 2013 to 2015, so we'll just keep saying a decade ago, it was 9%. Now it's 24%. For women, it's only up 5%. So a lot of these men are just kind of checking it. Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to this YouTube channel. It's your guy Igor here, guys. We have some insane news coming out in Canada. Government of Canada is planning to print again millions of dollars just today. And I'm not even talking about Bank of Canada. They just lowered down the interest rate to 3%, the prime rate. So they cut it down by 25 basis points just today itself. And in the book, as I'm shooting you this video, and the craziest part, guys, the craziest part is the tariffs from the United States are coming to us on Saturday. So guys, it's crazy. I want to tell you something. Yes, what's happening around the world is insane. People are saying, well, Igor, in the comments, you are saying that there is no fucking way. Sorry. There is no way. There is no way Canada is going to be a part of the United States, right? There is no way. That's not going to be happening. I'll tell you guys, just before the war in Ukraine started in February 2022, you know, I was calling my parents in Ukraine, and I was telling them there is a war about to start, and I was sending them some food products and stuff like that, and I was like, okay, guys, you have to keep it just in case because some stuff is about to happen. And my relatives, my mother, my dad, people I knew, they said, Igor, you are delusional. You're dumb. You don't know what you're talking about. There is no way in hell, and no snowballs in hell, whatever that Justin Trudeau said, that is going to happen. You're insane. You know, you have relatives living in Moscow, working there for police and the lawyers. You have relatives living in Ukraine. There is no way Russia is going to ever attack Ukraine, like, because we've been friendly nations, we have relatives, same cultures and things like that. Like, you are staying in your Canada, you don't know what you're talking about. There is no way in hell you'll have a war with Russia. And then, by 3 a.m., an awakening, they started bombing my city, where my parents are, and it started. And you know, I don't think even President of Ukraine at that time, Zelensky, believed that it's going to happen. Even he was coming out with the news saying it's not going to be happening. Everyone was talking about it, but nobody could believe that it might be happening. So we're living in a weird world,
than yesterday.
Where things that we thought were not going to
Never
happen
been so
are
glad
happening.
to see back on the rise. Hell, lucky I'm still in one piece.
Canada, we're some more.
I need you to look for survivors. Subdue any threats. Help me save this town. Copy.
Exceptions to join the United States. I don't know how it will follow. You know, he has an insane idea in his mind that might be able to work it out. And I don't know. Yeah, there's some 50% Canadians who don't mind that happening.
Be advised, you have contact with 3 of our scientists in town trying to stop the outbreak. Find them, bring them home. We need brain power as much as fire.
I'm telling you something. So what is happening? That's going to go down the interest rates, right? Which is, it would be a good news if I didn't know that we have products coming our way right now in these entities.
Sorry to interrupt your miserable shit-sucking existence.
Coming from us. We know that the United States want to implement some tariffs on the Canadian economy coming this weekend. On Saturday. So what it is for us, guys, government of Canada is planning to print out billions of dollars in response to that. So you remember how those response benefits that came out, that for example, guys, when if you were laid off due to the pandemic and other things, they were giving away those monthly payments.
Looks like
so
someone wants me to blow these stinking corpses back to hell.
Those people who fall under the tariffs coming from the United States. So if you are impacted by that, I don't know the details, but all the media outlets are reluctantly talking about it right now, that you get some response benefit to those
For a team
money.
who didn't expect to take on the apocalypse today, you're handling
And
it
it
as
could
well.
be, you would say, where does the government tend to take money? Where the hell would they get that kind of money? Well, they have this government-supported bonds, which is called IOUs, which you can actually get hit by a car today and out with opioids. Anyway, so that's basically it. So what they do is they sell, you can buy it yourself. They are individuals felt ones that faced poor guys. Yes, what it means is that they didn't tell that they're by the government.
Jerk me around. You're going straight in the wood chipper.
And you can buy it as well. Now, what happens when the government brings down so much money?
Jackpot.
Yeah, it's
Who
like
fucking
real
off?
estate. So I can tell you the houses went up in prices, lots of inflation went up, the Canadian dollar went down, and what's up problems, guys? I don't care if the other economy of business take video of me. So you know you need to buy the service, you know where to find it, like what people on the video. Oh, the top guys. Like it can find a lot of information spike. The Canadian dollar going down. You do it so this the output of money. Heck no. That's why there might be also another issue saying that happened before. When they bring the time of money, they must be something crazy. And all the people who don't benefit, some of them or not even the benefit, and that they didn't legitimately, can the revenue still went after them and took it back from them, saying that they were not entitled. So it might be another something like that. We don't know how they will qualify. I would assume it's based on income and industries impacted by those tariffs. Maybe. But in general, I want to say, guys, it's a pretty bad situation. And bad contenders already said we are going to go into recession. So it's pretty bad. That's another really hard. About politics of Canada. And how is that important for you? For you guys? Like, just one time.
See the face on that thing?
No, but I want to say, guys, I want to tell you that this is how I would act if I would die. What would it for liberals? Now, guys, we have another problem in Canada. All the pollution like see here, folks, we don't have to all our homes in Canada. We don't have anything conservative. We have what we like liberal in Canada. And that's really frustrating. You see that that the traditional media outlets are supported and subsidized by the government. They're pushing the government's narrative rather than being objective or controversial like in the United States. You can go to CNN, you see one news, you go to you can see that completely the opposite. One is Democratic, the other one is Republican, and like in Canada we only have liberal news. We don't have conservative news. I feel like it's a little bit weird here. But hear me out, guys. Hear me out. This is how I think the thing is going to play out. Right now, we have product A.
I just lost my phone. My phone bought me a it got destroyed.
Down insanity. You have kids.
They do live with their dad right now. I was doing online work and that wasn't really good.
How are you doing that? Well, looking up to get to that more.
Daddy?
Oh no! Why did you do that to yourself? Do you want your kids back? Your actions don't say yeah. Love you, buddy. Have a good day. Listen. Yeah, I'm on the follower channel, so we uploaded new videos this past fall. Approaching, 5 months, 6 months, we're getting there pretty soon. Bartender in Chicago, very interesting conversation. A lot of people watched your video. You're kind of thinking you made under about $3,000 a month, but it was about $15 an hour. But on a daily basis, you say you bring home $60, but your actual income for the month that we looked at was $1,795, which is half of what you thought you brought in. Sometimes you only walk out with like $4 in tips. That was pretty bad. You used to be a cam girl, made $600 doing that. Situation where you're still married, your ex-husband was in the studio with us. That was very curious, and he certainly had opinions on different things. Essentially looking for a car. We had $1,200 a day for our $400
because obviously struggling with money, and you're supposed to pay $400 a month and rent to your brother, but what? So, just a lot of time, lots of drama, lots of basically financial things that were going on, and of course, no surprise, debt. That's what I was. Now, ultimately, sucks. You only work 18 hours a week, 3 shifts, 6 piece, and you want to work consistently and not get sick. That's like, get sick. Me, I had like struck 8 times in the last year. But that's kind of my big concern. It's like, there are certain things that Alright guys, so I'm going to show you to change the resolution on your PS5. Now, on the main screen, you're just going to go to your settings, and then scroll down to screen and video, and then choose the first option. So right here guys, so it's automatically set to automatic, so you should not have to actually change it. You guys see that 4K is blocked out because unfortunately my TV does not have it. But yeah guys, so there's to it.
When morning came to the ice-cold waters of the Potomac River after a night of desperately searching for survivors, divers off the shore of the U.S. Capitol turned to the grisly task of looking only for answers and bodies.
Despite all those efforts, we are now at a point where we are switching from a rescue operation to a recovery operation. At this point, we don't believe there are any survivors from this accident.
The bright light in this video is American Airlines Flight 5340 60 passengers on final approach to Washington. Second flight to the left, an approaching military helicopter on a training flight, headed straight for the jet. Then this. One into the roof.
Medic 109, Medic 102, Medic 207, Ambulance 411.
It set off an intense rescue effort. Jet and helicopter waste water, plane upside down, large pieces. First responders trying but failing to find anyone alive. This video shows how the airport typically presents darkness. Early indicators suggest that the aircraft were in standard flight pattern. Air traffic controllers were aware of both. The helicopter was told of the passenger jet. They saw even if there was an alarm in the cockpit.
We had 2 aircraft approaching each other probably at a very high rate of speed in the last few seconds of flight. And, you know, you've got a lot going on in the cockpit. And the thing is, if an alarm goes off, they might have had mere seconds to adjust, and they might not have known what they were adjusting to.
Authorities stress they are in absolute early stages of their investigation.
Our mission is to understand not just what happened, but why it happened. And prevent changes. This is from happening again.
This thing hits as crazy as it looks.
Silence. victims. At the White House, U.S. President Donald Trump said the country is in mourning, but then quickly turned to politics, seeming to pin early blame for the crash on the Biden and Obama and the suggestion they put diversity ahead of merit as a U.S. federal agency. I just want to point out that various articles that appeared prior to my entering office. Here's one. FAA's diversity push includes focus on hiring people with severe intellectual and psychiatric disabilities. This was January 14th, so a week before I entered office. They put a big push to put diversity into the FAA's program. Pushback on that, Adrian, was swift. Senior Democratic Senator Chuck Schumer said it made his stomach turn. The group representing lawmakers on Capitol Hill from the Asia Pacific region called Trump's comments despicable, racist, lies.
And yet, Paul, Donald Trump, as I've told
Not long after those comments in the briefing room, he signed a presidential memorandum on aviation safety, in which its underlined future hires at the FAA will be based on merit, not diversity, and again suggesting Barack Obama and Joe Biden did the opposite. This is a key aspect of Trump's framing of his agenda, and clearly choosing this moment immediately after the crash to emphasize it. But Trump did not provide any evidence diversity at the FAA played any role in the crash. One other note, Adrian, as you mentioned off the top, word indeed tonight the two so-called black boxes, the voice and flight data recorders have been recovered from the airplane. That should bring some answers on the collision soon.
Indeed. All right. Paul Hunter in our bureau in Washington. Thank you, Paul. So it will take time, obviously, to get the answers everyone so desperately needs. But for those who knew the victims, the shock wave of grief hits fast and it is brutal.
Alrighty, y'all. I got this 75-gallon fish tank filled back up. Not fully, but it's good enough to where I can put the goldfish back in. That's their filter right there. So they're kind of steep. Here we go. Hopefully this water is good enough for them. It's newly cycled water, but using their own fish tank. I'll put some of this water in there. Get them more used to it. It's more some of the temperature adjustment that we need to get used to. But they should be fine. I hope.
We are so close to recovering the Sentinel artifact. It should be somewhere in that excavation site. Remember, the artifact is our only hope of bringing Nexus back from the dark ether.
Well, I've got a magic amulet and a shitload of bullets. What could possibly go wrong?
That's right, lads. Put your backs into it. Our quarry lies beyond these so-called doors to nowhere, which I'll admit does sound very strange. As sure as my name's Sir Archibald Thornton Smythe, a shiny head is to the lucky blighter who finds that door first.
That transmission emanated from the Obscurus Altilium. I believe the amulet somehow channeled an echo from the past.
If it keeps doing that, we'd better play something useful.
That place has been shunned by locals for years. Even the Syndicate avoids it. Some say it rains blood there.
And here's me without my umbrella. That viscera just keeps coming, doesn't it?
Insta-kill.
Down. Nothing good is ever down. Big gun, little gun, I'll squeeze maximum pain from whatever you give me. Who wants an omelet? I'm cracking lots of eggs.
What's up, everybody?
So Eli